today. Apparently I'm not quite that organized. I am just trying to get the live to come up so that I can give the link to others. And I'm using my mini rotary cutter today because I love it. Hacking a wench. There we go. Now I can get to it. Awesome. I can now see comments that come up. Morning. So I was going to hack a strumpet today, but I already had a wench cut out. So I figure I'll show you the hack on this one, and then I can do the other one. Morning, Nick. Morning, Colleen. So I'm going horse riding after this, so I'm in my horse riding clothes. I literally made this as my horse riding top because I am that ridiculous. And I thought it was a fun fabric. It is a poplin that was at Spotlight, but it has been discontinued. I find poplins nice to wear out while horse riding, especially it's not necessarily going to be hot today, but it says it's sunny all day, so. Welcome to my live. So I'm using this really cool Naked Banana fabric. This is a vinyl that I got from Lula Eve. I like it. It's got the fabric on the back, not just that mottled whatever that stuff is. And from one $10 sheet, I am getting one wench wallet and 2 pocket pals out of one $10 sheet. Some of the other ones I'm actually going to do floozies, and I don't know what wallet yet. I want to do the floozy front panel. One of these is not disconnected. Morning. That is not my cutter. So I'm going to be using 12.5 mil snap presses today. I do sell these, but I have also, yesterday, I went and bought 10 sets of the cam press dies. So everything that I use that requires cam press, I'm going to start also supplying the dies so that you guys don't have to go hunting for them. I'll never have a lot on hand. It'll always be ordered in 5s and 10s, but it'll just mean that if you want to use something, I will then be able to supply the bit that you need, so that you don't have to go hunting, because there's nothing worse than hunting for something when you're not sure what it is. Morning, everybody, again. So this is my 18 mil cutter. I'm going to get some more in my next birch order, and I will also get some replacement blades as well. I'm still on my first blade for this. I love it. It's great, and it works really well for the card slots because you don't overcut. Yes. I know I've done a million wench wallets, but I like this pattern, and I'm going to be able to show you. I'm going to edge coat this. Hi, Kim. You haven't missed much yet. I've just cut the slots. So I'm going to be edge coating this instead of turning it through, because I noticed a lot of you struggle to turn it through. So I'm going to solve your problems and do it a different way. And I'm also going to, probably next week's live, we'll be hacking the strumpet to show you how you can do it without having to turn the card slots through. Because as I continue on, I find more and more good ideas. I'm starting to get low on 6 mil tape. This is 1/4 inch or 6 mil tape. You can use 1/2 inch. I prefer to use the 6 mil though, or 1/4 inch. I just think it's less likely to peek through where you don't want it because it's skinnier. Morning, Laura. Whoops. this week, probably actually maybe even after this, I want to make a saddle plaid for my horse lunging thing. So I'm going to do a video on it, mainly because I'm going to be using my binding attachment on my cylinder arm. And you guys keep asking me for a video on that, so I'm going to do that just to show you. Because it only needs to be about 8 inches wide. So I thought I'd make one, because it's going to be cool. I still need to try the Wench. I love Wench. It's just the card slots take ages because there's so many of them. But if you can mentally get past that, you'll be fine. Right. And the pattern, if you buy the template, you get the template to mark all your thingos. I find that a lot easier too. But yeah, as I slowly make horse stuff, I'm going to start doing videos of it just because I can. I have already made a saddle blanket for my son when he was obsessed with aeroplanes. I made him an aeroplane one. I'll probably make him another one for Christmas, perhaps. All right. So all I'm going to need for the next 40 minutes is this, and snips, and some double-sided tape. And I'm going to do one back and then forward, and that locks it in. Instead of having to pull it through and tie it off, because that, while it does look pretty, is very time consuming. And time is money, and you want things that are quick. I love strumpet. I want to do a men's wallet. I found this month, I don't know what it is about August, but I have been struggling to do a pattern. So there is currently no pattern at any of the testers. I am actually 3/4 of the way through a bag. I know it doesn't look like much now, but just, it is cool. But I haven't found, I don't know, inspiration, except this morning, to get very far with it. I've also picked the first thing that is going to be in the subscription boxes, so that will be the next pattern that I design. It is going to be a convertible crossbody clutch wristlet thing. The skills it will have is boxed corners, piping, and quilting. So it's going to have lots of cool stuff, but it's going to be a fun, easy pattern. And anybody that buys the pattern will actually be getting the acrylic template in it. I'm thinking I might only make up 25 boxes, and so its first 25 in is best dressed, because I don't want to go overboard. I'm just deciding if I want you all to get exactly the same color of everything, or if it's a mystery and I just mix it up. So this is currently where my brain's at. Card slots do take forever, but they are worth it. This is a very popular wallet for me lately. The problem with men's wallets, right? The professional ones that you go and buy, they use a really thin, and it's always black or dark brown, waterproof canvas for their linings to be able to keep them nice and skinny. And their synthetic leather is also quite thin, or real leather, whichever way they go with that. So getting it to be thin and compact while also having everything it needs is where I'm going to struggle. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to try. We all know me. Nothing actually defeats me. Sometimes it just takes an extra minute. So that bag that I showed you before is a barrel bag because I want one. And funnily enough, I did not pick the green. My child told me I had to make a bag out of that. I told him to pick any fabric he could see, and that's what he picked. So had nothing to do with me on the green front that time. Another cool thing you can do with this wallet is once you've punched the little holes, what you can actually then do is, instead of cutting a single slit, you could cut each edge of the circle and have it an actual gap. I have done that on a wallet before. It actually looked pretty cool. So you can see some of the lining of the pockets poking through. And it also makes it easier for people to be able to get their cards in. Especially people that, you know, don't have the best sight. because this pattern, for example, is quite busy and might be tricky to see where the card slots actually are. This also works really well. I use this to score the fabric to make it extra, extra flat. I've wound a second bobbin just in case I run out. It does happen from time to time. But having this definitely increases your efficiency because I'm not measuring. I just literally put it up against the stitching and push. Makes it much easier. Oh, I got in some of the 600 heavier waterproof canvas just to try it out. It is definitely thicker, but it would make a great gym bag without interfacing. That's how thick it is. The problem is it is quite expensive. I got 4 meters shipped to me and it cost like nearly $90. So I don't think I will be supplying it because it won't be cheap like my other stuff. But I technically can get it. Don't know why my knee's holding that. That's a really bad habit I have. I always hold my knee while I'm doing stuff. All right. So the only real hack is right at the end. But if I just did the hack in the video, we would have been here for 5 minutes. So it would be all over Red Rover. And then you can't think of questions to ask me because there wouldn't be enough time. My bin's over here today instead of over there because otherwise I couldn't get my computer close enough to see all your comments. I'm doing rolled handles a different way on my barrel bag. They are on, you just can't see them because the bag's inside out. I'm also doing binding on this bag because it will be much quicker and I think ultimately easier. And I want to have binding as one of the tricks in one of my bags. You also can make Vixen with binding. If anyone loves binding, because it is quicker, you can make Vixen with binding. I might do a video on that too, now that I think about it. And if you look at all your high-end bags, they use binding. I've checked. I've nearly finished one side and it should only take less than 20 minutes, which is exciting. You get quicker at this as you go. The more you practice, the quicker you'll get. And even if you don't buy the templates, make this out of cardboard and laminate it so that you've got one. You don't have to buy templates, you just have to create one. I'm starting to become friends with binding. Like anything, practice makes perfect. I do love binding though. It is a nice, fun way to finish something off. I might actually hack my barrel bag. Somebody suggested to me that you could put the binding on the outside to make it like an accent. So I'm definitely going to be trying that. Worst comes to worst is it doesn't work and I have to unpick it and put the binding on the inside. There's not really any harm in that. Right, one more. I'm also just going to score them again to keep them nice and flat. If you don't have access to this stuff because you're not in Australia and don't buy it from me and can't find it, what you could actually use is lining, and just make sure you put fray stopper on the edge, because the lining would be quite thin and would be quite helpful. I forgot to put a piece of tape at the top of the last one. That's something else that I do that isn't in the pattern. You can just join them in the center because they will get caught in a seam, but I now actually just stitch it down. Like so. Templates made from plastic placemats work fantastic. I was able to find white ones. See, that's really cool. I know a lot of people use like cutting boards as well, like those really skinny cutting boards. It all works. That. Chop off the excess. Now normally I use the excess to do pockets, but that's not going to work in this case. But we now have, see what I mean by it's hard to see? But I now have all my little card slots. I'm going to need to get up and cut fabric. That is not what I had planned today. Oh, I'm going to have to definitely get up and cut stuff. Oh, I wish it was hot here. It's a top of 14 degrees today for me. That is a problem. We are going to need more waterproof canvas. It's alright, I do have more tape too, so we're definitely going to finish that today. I'll get up in a minute. So, for my strap piece, since I don't want to get up just yet, I am going to put tape, but only halfway, or approximately halfway. You don't need it to go all the way because we're folding it in half. So I'm going to put it about halfway. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit over or a little bit less. And then I'm going to measure up that end and work my way down. Like that. The bananas are so cool. I really love this vinyl. I'm so happy I got it. 29 degrees with humidity. See, I will take that. That sounds like lovely weather. So I'm starting at the open end and going across because the button's going to be on this end. And I'm not going to go across the bottom because I will do that when I attach it to the pocket. And since this piece is no good because clearly I wasn't paying attention when I cut it, I'm going to take this and get my pocket out of it because it won't go to waste. I'm so happy that you learnt stuff from me. That's why I'm here. This is my professional cutting and measuring right there. Who needs a ruler? Yeah, this is non-directional, so I don't really have to worry about which way my bananas are facing. I'm going to go across the top. Line it up properly would help. And needle down and pivot, and down the bottom. Speaking of needle down and pivot, I need to come up with more slogans for my magnets and do another round. Chop off the corner. Flip her over. Haven't made the trollope yet. More slouchy. You can make it more slouchy, just don't put any interfacing on it if you want it slouchy. Just keep in mind though, it is also not a huge bag. It's just got lots and lots and lots of pockets. But all the pockets are optional. You can take out whichever ones you don't want. Really? I love pockets. So the barrel bag has actually got, I know we're not here to talk about it, but I'm going to show you the inside. So this pocket, I actually lined with fleece so that you can put your sunglasses in there. So that's what that one is, with a mini magnet to keep it shut. And then this side's got the zipper pocket. We're doing an accent and a little key holder because I thought that would be really fun. And then the outside's got a really cool pocket, but I can't show you right because I don't want to turn it inside out. But the outside pocket is like a very cool feature. It's my favorite part of the bag, if I'm totally honest. And I just really want a barrel bag. So I'm going to make mine out of leather on the cylinder arm machine. So I will probably do a video of that. I say probably because we never know. I might get impatient and just do it anyway. I have no scissors here. Yay, the barrel bag, can't wait. I know lots of people have done barrel bags, and so I have tried to do like a different pocket. Funnily enough, me and Chris from KM Designs had the same idea for the same pocket, but she's putting hers on her hullabaloo. So she's doing like a hack, which is very cool, the hobo bag. I've only got little scissors next to me. Apparently all my bigger ones are over on my cutting table, which is slightly annoying. If I do a video tomorrow too, it is going to be clothing. I have got high-waisted jeans cut out. I've got that really cool dress that is inspired by one that Amelia Clark was wearing. And that one's going to use an invisible foot. And for the video, I actually went out and bought a domestic invisible foot so that you can see how it's used on a domestic machine. And that's going to be like a maxi dress, a halter neck maxi dress. Okay, I definitely need more fabric because I don't have enough for the other card slots because that was supposed to be it. So, I'm going to have to get up. Give me a second. New skills are always great to do. You should always strive to do something new. You'll never get better if you don't try, as a general rule. I'm literally going to cut it here so that I could come back. But we're using the world's smallest cutting board. So I always keep myself a pretty decent stash of waterproof canvas. When I'm cutting to sell, I always give a little bit extra than the meter, like a couple of centimeters more, which means the last piece is always a little bit less, which is fine. But I always keep that last piece. So every time I do a new order of stuff, I just have hordes and hordes of like 90 centimeter pieces. Right. That was not the smartest way to cut stuff, by the way. You shouldn't cross over your hands with a ruler, with a cutter. You can cut yourself. However, in the situation and space that I am in, it was the most appropriate thing to do. I'm also going to cut off that bit. So yeah, we will be doing piping in the subscription box. And then probably 2 or 3 months after I have done that, I will then release the pattern to everybody else. They will be able to be shipped internationally. However, I can't help the price of postage. It's all based on weight. So unfortunately, it is what it is. Hi, Anna. So long as you're not watching me while you're driving, because that feels really dangerous. Right. And we're off again. Only a minor setback in the fact that I don't pay attention when I cut things. Also, if you wanted to get more wallets out of this fabric, you could have the inside as a plain color instead of what I'm doing. That's a good way. So if you've got like a really nice, expensive piece of whatever, you put that on the outside and the little pocket, but then the inside one you do as a plain fabric and the little strap over as well to make it more accented and then make it tie in together. Setting up my mount just pulled over. That's awesome. All right, and off we go. Do the next lot. So my nan now has one of these wallets. She thinks it's amazing because of all the card slots. Because not everybody wants to put all their cards into that like digital holder on your phone. Not that I don't use this many card slots at all. But I do put Seems Legit business cards in all the open, like empty ones to make it look full. And also so I've always got a business card in case somebody asks me to make them something. Not that it happens lately because, you know, COVID and I'm home by myself. But still. Also, if you are in my Facebook group, if you're not in my Facebook group, come and join my Facebook group because I'm doing a competition and first prize is a $100 gift voucher to my website. It is a Halloween themed one. So all you have to do is take any of my patterns and make something Halloween themed. And you can enter 14 times because I have 14 patterns. So you can enter one of each of my style of patterns into the competition. And I have already picked some judges, so it won't just be me. It'll be like a couple of people that I know that are impartial and not in the competition. And they will pick first, second, and third place winners. So join in. So far, I think I've only seen 2 entries. So at this point, everyone's winning. And there's a hashtag that you put on it so I can search for it when it comes time to the competition. So if you'd like to enter, you are welcome to do so. I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. Trying to calculate shipping to Australia. So I've got all international shipping up. I recently added, as you guys requested, Germany, Norway, Sweden. So I now also do UK, New Zealand, US, and Australia. I can add anywhere that you want. I think I did South Africa as well. So you can pretty much, I can ship internationally anywhere. Unfortunately, the price of shipping is a lot. Yes, I did South Africa as well. Somebody asked me to, so I did it. And it's all weight-based. Now these ones, because it is just a smaller kind of convertible clutch bag, theoretically it won't weigh heaps, but everybody's getting vinyl, so. And then the hardware, and I'm giving you a little, there's going to be a template, just like a little one. So everybody that buys it gets the template. And then after I've done the subscription boxes, I will then release the template as an individual thing that you can purchase. Because I'd hate for you to buy 2. But it's going to be helpful. It's going to be awesome. And I'm very excited. But I have to finish the barrel bag first. And I have to have the motivation and time to do so. And I've lost my drink. So yeah, the postage is all calculated on weight. So it will depend on how much it weighs. I'm going to, hopefully it'll be under 500 grams and then it'll be the cheapest postage option. But I'm not skimping out on the box because of that. I want everybody to get what they're going to get. It's supposed to be exciting and fun. But they will be pre-made and there will be a limited number of them. So it will be a first in best dress, and then if they sell out like in a day, the second box that I do, I'll make more of. But at this stage, there will only be, I'm thinking either 20 or 25. And they won't always be really, really big things either. So they're going to be like clutches and wallets, and I'm going to do a lunchbox, and I'm going to do a tote, but with a difference. I have plans for the tote too. I have so many plans and not enough time to do everything. I'm also running out of things to name stuff. I've only got 5 names left. And then we're going to switch to old-timey insults next year. Because I think that's an awesome idea too. And we get to say crazy words. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to pick words that you don't get to say every day. And I'm trying to be different from those that use like people's names and flowers' names. I could do cities one year. What is the hashtag for the contest? If you go into my Facebook group, it is the first announcement. I think it's like seems legit spooky or something like that. But I've got it there. It is on the announcements. It's like the first announcement. And you'll see a spooky bag with a spooky background because I was getting super motivated that day. Pretty sure it seems legit spooky. And then I can look it up. And I won't be looking up anything until the competition finishes, but I have just been seeing them pop up in my news feed. And it can be anything Halloween-y. So you could do like pumpkin inspired or something creepy or I don't know, whatever you want really. My only thing is you have to use one of my patterns to enter. That's literally the only requisition. I'm just going to squash these down a bit more. They're sitting up a bit high. I love this thing. I need to make a vertical one as well. And then I might sell the vertical and horizontal as a set. Oh, that's the end of my tape. It's okay, I come prepared. I also have a lot of dresses I want to make. So you're going to start seeing a lot more clothing from me because I want to get them all done. I'm trying to minimize the amount of fabric I have lying around. So I need to make the dress or garment first, and then the leftover I can turn into a bag. But I need to do it that way so that I don't waste it. Strap anchor files. I am getting strap anchors. Yes, I did receive them. They have already gone to my template guy. I am very excited. So templates for strap connectors. I'm going to have like, I think it's an A4 sheet he said. I don't know. I'm letting him design it how he wants because he knows better than me about this. But basically it's going to have 12 or 13 different shaped strap connectors, which I'm very excited about. And then once they get done, I will put it on the website. I'm also getting, what's it called? A template for your rivets for your straps. So strap rivet template or something to that effect. And I also had a thought this morning, actually, before I was doing this video. I want to get a template that's going to have different kind of accent things to go around the Tory pocket. So if you want to put like a vinyl accent on the outside, I'm going to create a few different shapes, like a rounded one and a square one and a pointy one. And that will come like the zipper swatch set. Because I would use that. And it always goes with the Tory pocket, so it's going to be the perfect size for it. Your card pocket skills are goals. Oh, thank you. There's actually, you get into a rhythm with these, or at least I do. See, this one seems a lot longer than the last one. Does anybody else notice that I have more left over than last time? Clearly I had some issues cutting. But that's good, because that'll get me the rest of the pockets I need. Voila! It doesn't even look like much. From here, you can barely even sit with the stitching. You have to get really, really close. But that's fine. Okie dokie. I need this and I need a ruler. That one will do. These are going to be my zipper pockets. And my dodgy mini scissors. That's fine. Hi, Laura. I'm not even halfway. Oh, I'm probably only halfway through at this point. Don't need that bit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we need our press studs. So I'm using 12.5 mil. I have 2 types of press studs on my website. I've got like the really heavy duty ones that you see on men's like riding vests. And then I've got these ones that you see on like normal wallets. So these ones are 12.5 mil. And you'll get 4 things in a set when they show up. I'm also getting in these hole punches, the mini 2.5 mil ones. I've got 5 or 10 of these coming too for those that want them. Just because I refuse to recommend where I got them from anymore because I have found that they are rude. So I no longer recommend them and I will be getting them in myself. So, we're going to put that one on there. And that one in there. And then, because we've only just sticky taped these, you just pull it off. And squish. I could get an adapter. You could adapt to make from fabric. So this wallet can definitely be made in fabric, just not the ending that I'm going to do. So you'll have to follow the pattern if you want to make this one out of fabric. But because I'm doing all vinyl, I'm going to edge coat it. So you can definitely do it out of a vinyl or anything basically that doesn't molt. But these are these style. So then they're just going to press stud together. You won't see the back of this one, but you obviously still need to use it. So they're just like a smaller kind of press snap, I guess. I don't know what you call them. While this one's in, actually, I need to... Why did I do that? I needed to punch a hole. Hold on. I need to punch a hole in this one. So this is why I usually have 2 cam presses, because it's less changing of stuff. These dies are amazing. So the big one holds the smooth bit, and then basically the top piece should physically hold your snap. So that's what they're designed to do. It physically holds it so it's not going to move. Like that. Then we'll take this out. It's just a lot of maneuvering. If I had been smarter, I would have done them all at the same time in the right order. But it's too late for that now. Come on. I need a cam press, but no idea where to get one. Where do you live? And they are not cheap. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They're not super cheap. These are about, so from Green Beans, I think they're about like $45. But I literally use mine on every single bag that I make. There's not, except obviously zipper pencil cases, but anytime, like I use this so much. So much. I love it. Right. Another one in. Okay, Adelaide. So you can get one on Green Beans Australia, if you're in Australia. I'm not sure about overseas. I think in America they've actually got the website that is campress.com because they're in America. So obviously in America you could just go directly to the source. I'm screwing these things. I'm going to need it later. Ugh. But yeah, it depends. But if you are into making bags, it is really a good investment. And then you just buy the different attachments as you plan on using them. So you don't have to buy it and then 10 different attachments at the same time. I slowly build mine according to what I'm going to need. So I wanted to have 2 different types of press studs. So I got these ones in. So I had to get the presses, like the dies. And I've decided, since I'm showing you how to do them, I'm going to get the dies to go with my stuff, because otherwise you can't use them. And that's not nice. So I'm getting grommet dies with the hole punch set. So that will be a set of 4. So I'm getting the dies in for my grommets. I'm getting the dies in for these. I'm getting the dies in for the hole punch, because I literally use this for everything ever. And I will probably also get in the heavy duty press snap dies as well when I've got some more money, because I'm broke again after buying all of them. But I will be getting them, basically every kind of funky thing that I use, I will start getting dies in so that you guys can use them too. And that way you don't have to hunt around to find them. That's pretty much my reasoning. I hate to inspire you to want to use these and then you can't find the die because you don't know what you're looking for. I can't find a good hole punch die set. Well, these ones that I use are coming. So if you can wait, they will be here within a month. They usually take less, but I'm not going to promise anything because, you know, COVID and postage and stuff. For example, I ordered waterproof canvas God knows how long ago, but it's still not here. Always singe your zipper tape. I can't find a good hole punch. Oh no, we just read that. Will they fit ones from Green Beans? So one of my cam presses is Green Beans and one of mine is not. They all fit in the same thing. I swear they all come out of like one big factory. They're all the same. They just come in different colors sometimes. But since mine are green, I'm not really complaining. You can do a lot of shopping on Amazon. Amazon in America is not the same as Amazon in Australia. So please understand that when you guys are like, get it on Amazon, it's not the same in Australia. It's a very different thing, which is fine. I use eBay a lot for like weird random things. This foot, actually, this Teflon foot, I'm pretty sure I got it off eBay. The guy was in like a suburb of Melbourne because I was in a hurry for it. You know what else I forgot to cut? And I've just realized that I don't have any more of this fabric. The ends. So maybe I could do yellow ends because that'd be fun. I had like a scrap that would have worked, but I threw it out because I didn't think it was useful for anything. That was my bad. We've also still got one more press stud to put in, but I'll do that in a minute. Tori, they have those green Teflon feet on Amazon US. There you go. So for anyone looking for those feet, Amazon US. Where is this? This is what I need. So I'm going to attach this on here. Now you can either sew this on or press stud it. Both work fine. And you can either sew through both layers or pull this one off. Again, both is fine. It's your choice. You get options. Erasable so that we won't see it. And a tiny little red mark. You need another one to match your machine. I don't need anything else. I want a lot of things though. Alright, so I'm going to lift this up so that we don't sew through that. Just because there's no real reason why. I just think it'd be cool. Line her up. Oop. Move that out of the way so I can reverse. And then we're going to do a crisscross because I'm really into the crisscross thing lately. I don't know why. I just am. I think it looks cool. It's nice and sturdy. Each their own, right? See, it's neat. And then you just fold it down. Now you don't even see it since this is the phone pocket. Can someone kick that person out? Thank you. Disrupting my awesomeness. How rude. We're busy over here. Okay, I need another scrap of fabric. I'm sorry, I'm usually a lot more organized than this. Ugh, right. Funnily enough, I don't really throw anything out. This is my scrap of vinyl. There is a lot. I'm really hoping there's some yellow in here, if I'm totally honest. Or a blue. Blue would work too. Hi, Lisa. That's okay if you're late. Oh, my husband just got home. This should be fun. Wonder if you'll come inside or stay outside. I don't see any yellow. No, that's not what I was trying to grab. That's going to look silly. Hi, honey.
Hey.
I'm still live, just so you know.
You're all good.
Where is the yellow? Can you do me a favour, honey? Can you go over there? And in the bottom in the middle, there should be a roll of yellow vinyl.
Yep.
Because in my entire tub, I don't see any. Down the bottom, in the middle.
Yeah.
I wish my scrap bin was that small. Yes. Thank you, honey.
No, I'm just going to eat.
Okay. I'm going to continue my live.
Okay.
Yellow. Banananess. Do you want to shut the door? Right. 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5. Maths. All sewing is maths. He is a sweetheart. Should have got scissors while I was there, but that's okay. This is literally how much I need for all 4 tabs. I really thought I'd have a scrap in there, but I don't. I'm going to do a pattern that takes up scraps just because I want to. So I'm going to fold it in half and snip it, and then fold it in half and snip it. And then that are all the tabs. Voila! I probably should have made the strap yellow, but that's okay. It'll still look cool. Now you can use double-sided tape if you want to. I'm feeling quite bold, so I'm not gonna. I'm just going to fold it in half and shove it in, for lack of a better word. Snip it off. So this is chain sewing. Chain sewing is quicker. So much quicker. Oh, look at you guys all making friends in your neighborhood. I love it. So I did gold with this just because of the yellow that the bananas were. Oh, and I have these press studs in all 6 finishes too, by the way. So I don't know where I think I'm going to put them, but I might do another set of whippersnappers where you can get this press stud instead of the bigger one if you wanted to. Because I can't get the bigger ones in what I think it's rainbow. I can't get them. Pretty sure I've got the rose gold, but you can't get rainbow in the bigger press studs, which really annoyed me, which is what led me to do this. I don't like it when I can't get what I need. It's infuriating. Alright, I'm going to tack this on right at the edge because it's quicker and easier, in my opinion. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to do the opposite way so that I can put these on a thing. So I'm within the seam allowance there. It's just, you can also just clip it and you'll use less thread, but I do find this easier. So personal preference, you do what you want. This is what I'm going to do. And then we're just going to put it right sides together and you center it. That's pretty much all we're doing. And then we need some clips. I am still trying to get a 3D printer person to do the bowls. I haven't given up. I'm just not quite there. Right sides together. I get to make some adjustments to my granddaughter's swimsuits. They are too big. Good luck. I'm not great at adjusting clothes. I'm better at making them than adjusting them. Mainly because I can't be bothered. And that's, I know that's lazy, right? I'm very aware. I can't be bothered. Hemming pants, no problem. Taking in the waist of jeans, can't be bothered. Add elastic and be done. In my opinion. I feel like we're all sick of lockdown. I'm in lockdown number 8, people. I feel like my life is basically a permanent lockdown. But I can still get him a horse, which is what I'm going to do today. We're working on his muscles lately. So he gets a lot of lunging, which makes me very, very dizzy. I don't actually enjoy lunging, but it's good for the horse. So I have to suffer through it and get dizzy. Okay. Decorative stitch length. Flip her over. And we're going to top stitch the whole way. Now, because we're not turning this through, you have to be really conscious of having nice ends. Because we're going to see it. I'm going to fold this over. And stitch over it all. Always stop with your needle down before you get into your maneuvering. Needle down. If I ordered a smaller, they would be too small. Current size are too big. Oh, I hate it when you're in between sizes. Oh, crap. Honey, can you message Jen and tell her not to feed my horse? She just messaged me to say she's feeding my horse. Can you tell her not to? I just got a message on my phone saying that the lady we share a paddock with is feeding my horse, which normally would be fine, but I've started him on new supplements and I'm about to ride him. Alright, snip there, snip there. One done. When you make this in green, it looks like a frog. Tori is a staple video at my house. Oh, I'm your girlfriend. That's so cool. I love it. I feel privileged. Have I made a saddle blanket? I have. I will do one on a video because I want to make myself one out of something awesome and green when I find the perfect fabric. Ooh, green and guns. I might speak to Lula Eve, see if she can organise some fabric. That would be awesome. Like a Western style old school gun with a green background. I feel like I need that in my life. But I have made them. I use foam from Clark Rubber. The foam that I use here, the iron-on foam, I don't think it's thick enough for a saddle blanket. So I get the thicker foam that's not iron-on from Clark Rubber. I think it's like $9 a meter or something. It's not very expensive. And then I use a permanent spray adhesive to stick it on. Right, I'm also going to stick this on because it is time. Now again, we need to think about our edges because we're not turning it through. But I also need to make a saddle blanket for my lunging system. So I'll be doing that as well. And I use my industrial cylinder arm and I use my binding foot. And it makes it so quick. You literally just glue all the bits together, wait till it dries, bind the edge. Bob's your uncle. I do quilt the saddle blanket, yes. Because it both looks pretty and is functional in stopping stuff moving around inside. You can even quilt it in your embroidery machine because I recently bought like a skull, so it does a single stitch of a skull. So I was thinking I could put that as the quilting on a saddle blanket. But yes, I will do a video on making a saddle blanket because I think that'd be fun. And to get my template, I just bring my saddle blanket home and trace it. Actually, I think I stuck some like heavy plastic together and made a template. Hi, Shelley. You should see my husband right now. He's trying to creep past me. It's great. That was so much fun to watch. So much fun. Oh my God. He's like, oh, if only you could see it. All right, so we need to tuck this down out of the way like that. If you need to, clip it there because we don't want it in the way, but we did need it on. But yeah, I can do a saddle blanket video. They're not hard, they're just time consuming because of all the quilting. My husband got cupping. He's got all these like red spots. He looks like a domino piece.
Yeah, good.
You do, you look like a domino piece.
I've never had it done before.
Right, line that up. Right. I hear Scotland has no like deadly animals. I'm a little bit jealous. We have a lot. We have a lot of like angry snakes, angry spiders, coyotes, or dingoes, not coyotes. Wild boars, wild goats. We have a lot of angry animals in Australia. Oh my god, that was so funny. Just choked on my coffee. He does. He looks like a domino piece. He's got, literally, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then right under it, there's a perfect 6. He looks like dominoes. We have taipans and red belly blacks. No, wait. No, red belly black snakes and brown snakes, apparently, out at the horse paddocks. But one lot keeps the other lot away. Not that I've ever seen one. Oh, no, I did. I saw a baby one. It was under a log that we were trying to move, so the log is still there. I don't think we'll ever move it, if I'm totally honest. I'm not playing with snakes. Unless they're pet snakes. Then I'm fine. So I'm only stitching from tab to tab, just if nobody knows that about this wallet. Well, they do. They're called Highlanders. Right. Isn't it fabulous? So the last thing I want to do is I want to put the snap tab before I seal it up. I'm not great with snakes. I'm fine with pet snakes because somebody else picks it up first. So if it's going to be aggressive, it's going to be at that person. I literally have no issues with pet snakes, but wild snakes, hell no. They're violent and dangerous and nope. Nope, Cereba. I watched my horse run over one once. It didn't hit it, it like went between its legs. It freaked me out. The horse didn't even notice it. Silly horse. Although it's probably better he didn't freak out. I probably would have come off. So we're just going to seal both the pockets. I just also ran out of bottom thread, which worked out at a really good time. Morning, Brooke. There we go. We have 30 deadly animals. That's a lot. Right. You know.
I'm out of here.
You gonna come over and say goodbye? What? They can't see my head, if that helps.
You can't see your head.
They can't see my head.
You promise?
I promise. Look, you can see it there. You can see how much they can see.
Oh. Okay.
That's me. There.
Love you, honey.
Love you.
Oh. Alright,
Say goodbye to the world.
Goodbye, world. And what are you talking about snakes for?
Because we're talking about deadly animals. Because we were talking about horses and saddle blankets. And it all just kind of accumulates. It's fine.
No. There's not many here than there is in town.
I love huntsmans. I have no issues with huntsmans. They can stay in my house.
Yeah, they eat all that day long. And redback.
I don't like redbacks.
Yeah,
Redbacks can die. But huntsmans don't bite you. They don't create webs, and they eat all the all the flies in your house. They just look scary because they're fluffy. I literally have no issues with those.
Oh, honey?
Yes, honey.
Just so the world knows, there's no such thing as drop bears.
Okay, I'm pretty sure they know. Goodbye, honey.
Just making sure.
Yes, dear. Right. Whitetails, yeah, I don't like them either. But they look a lot like garden spiders, and it's hard to tell which ones they are. He said there's no such thing as drop bears. Now, the best way to line this up is to line it up, by the way. I know I've got measurements, but I also just like to line it up. It's looking good. I like it. That is where I want my little snappy tab. I've been desensitizing to huntsmen. Huntsmen are great. Oh, don't be lost. All right, so all I did was snap it together. Otherwise, it just looks like this. We haven't really done much yet. We are going to, instead of turning it inside out, we're going to top stitch it. But I have to put in the last snap tab. But I once did it wrong, so now I'm really paranoid. I wasted like all this stuff because I put it in the wrong spot. Like not even close to the right spot. It was like out too far. So now, for me to measure it, I snap it together so that you know that it's correct. And then I just fold it over straight and mark where the spot has to go. And I'm never wrong. I need a hole punch again. A drop bit. There's like a joke in Australia. When you come to visit Australia, out in like outback country, people tell you to watch out for drop bears, which are basically koalas, but they reckon that they're vicious and going to drop out and attack you. And it's like a running joke with the Aussies. They think it's hilarious, but they don't really exist. They're talking about koalas, but koalas aren't vicious. I mean, unless you go annoy them in their tree, but even then, they're not going to like jump out of the tree to attack you. What they eat gum leaves. I found this out. This is really cool. The reason koalas sleep so much is the gum leaves are full of alcohol. So basically they eat until they're drunk and then they sleep off their hangover and then they go back and eat till they're drunk again. They're like inspirational Aussie icons. Anyway, that's my useless fact for the day. Alright, stab it through, stick it up. Alright, so my other snap's now in. So, now, instead of turning it inside out and stitching it, I'm just going to like super pedantically line it up with like a crap ton of clips and then stitch it shut. But this only works if you're doing all vinyl. You can't do fabric on the outside if you want to make it this way. It doesn't work. So I always do corner, corner, and then I'm going to add like 3 clips in between so that it doesn't move. And all my clips are on the wrong way because I want to do it with the outside on top to make sure that I'm going to follow along this stitch line that I already did. Corner to corner. And because you use a rotary cutter and a ruler, these should be perfectly lined up and straight and glorious. Oh, yes, thank you. Ha, I am going to do that. I did not notice I didn't. See, I'm too busy talking. Too busy talking. Thank you for that. That was close. See, I'm so glad you guys are watching. Although I probably wouldn't be sidetracked with drop bears if I wasn't recording. Yes. Excellent. All right. Trim off those tails. Tuck it in. Line it up. Let's do that again. So we're going to do the 2 corners. It's not the first time I've forgotten to do that, if we're totally honest. Hello, Hello, hello. Welcome to our little chat. Apparently today we're talking about dangerous Australian animals. I don't know how we got there. We were talking about horses. Just escalated. So this print is the Naked Banana print from Lula Eve. I bought a whole bunch of different ones to try out her vinyl. I love it. When I do an all vinyl bag, I will be going to her to get the custom printed fabric because it is awesome. Her quality is lovely. No, she does not pay me to say this. I'm a big believer of, you know, recognition where recognition is deserved. I have used other prints. Some people get like a weird non-fabric back. I don't like those vinyls. Sometimes they're even at Spotlight. I am not a fan. They need to have a fabric back or they're not as sturdy and won't survive as long. Do you know I have recently realized I don't make NCWs anymore. Not because I don't like them, but because I make wenches and strumpets now. Apparently I've just switched to my own stuff. I didn't do it deliberately. It's just a thing. So, we now have, you know, 30 clips or however many there are. NCW was the first wallet I ever made. I do love that pattern. I just don't make it anymore. But there's lots of patterns I love that I don't make anymore. I love Lola by Swoon. It's such a quick sew. It's only like 5 pieces and a pocket, so 6 pieces. And some handles, but you know, I'm not counting the handles. Every bag has handles. All right, let's do this. So I'm stitching through the stitches that we already had. And the trick is slow and steady wins the race. So you notice I'm not going full speed? It's so I can pull off my clips as I'm going. This will obviously make the wallet a little bit bigger because we're not taking off the seam allowance. But we'll be right. Snip that bit. We're nearly done. One more seam. And then just edging and top stitching. Penny in looks really cool. Apparently there's like a heap of pieces though. I do like Chris W. Designs. She's got a lot of really cool patterns. See? And then that lines up perfectly because we already did it before. My zippers look wonky, but they're not. I don't know why they look wonky. I've just got to sew along here. Alright, so the last thing I like to do to this, just because I've got it, is grab me some pliers and squish this so it's nice and flat, and then stitch it. By giving it the extra squish, it kind of helps crease it. And since I own these pliers, I may as well use them. It won't damage the wallet at all because they're flat on the inside. Now you can buy these on Amazon in the US. I got mine off eBay in Australia. I don't know where you get them overseas apart from that. But they come in different widths. They're a leather working tool and they're smooth in here so that they don't cause any like bumps or anything. It's literally just to squish things. They are amazing. And I think I paid like $13 or something. It wasn't very much. So I got a big enough tail. I'm actually going to tie it off. And I'm sewing right next to the edge of the pocket. And then we're going to pull that out. I'm going to tie that one off as well. I love this wallet. It looks good no matter what you do. So this one's printed. I've also got a couple done up in plain. They all look great. And then if you want to go just one step further, what you can do is you can actually put this under your heat press, but with no heat. You leave it overnight and it'll make it like super flat. And so even less, not that it's bulky now, but it'll make it even less so. And then it'll look like I bought one. But yeah, I hope you guys come and enjoy, come and participate in my competition, because I think it's going to be fun. But that's the wallet, but we're not finished. We are not finished. I need my roly-poly tool. And God, this is messy. Oh, I bought this thing. That's supposed to be for like ink to put your stuff on. It does work. It is very cool. However, you need to basically fill this. So you want to be making a lot. Otherwise, you waste a lot of your stuff. So for that reason, I still prefer this. But I did try them both. This one works like if I'm going to make 3 wallets or 4 wallets or whatever, you might want to use this one. But this is good just for this one. And I'm looking for a colour to put on the edge. I need to buy more colours. I don't have that many. I have green, obviously. I have white. I have brown. I thought I had blue. I swear I bought blue. Aha! Blue. See? These are written in a foreign language, but they are edge coat. Like everything on there is no English. Oh no, there is. It says Professional Leather Seal Edge Oil Leather Finish Agent. And then this color is called Poisonous, which I assume was meant to be poisonous. They were like $5 each or thereabouts. Obviously not the most expensive brand in the world, but we all know I don't really go on brands. Oh, Christine. So in my Facebook group, when you join, the first announcement is that I am holding a Halloween themed competition. So all you have to do is take any of my patterns, make something Halloweeny, and submit it with a hashtag. You can enter as many times as you want, but you can only enter 1 per pattern, if that makes sense. So you can enter 1 Wench wallet, but then you can enter 1 whippersnapper, 1 floozy, etc., etc. So my edge coat come from eBay. I know it doesn't. I know it's a weird color, but this is actually blue. I'm just straightening up the bits where they're not even with my scissors. You can also do this with a rotary cutter and a ruler, but I'm clearly not. If you are going to use a rotary cutter and a ruler, do it before you do this final seam. It'll make your life way easier. I'm just straightening up these edges just a smidgy bit. Right. Before I put the edge coat on, I am going to put none of those glues. I have so many glues in here. Oh my goodness. I will be going to your Facebook. Yes, definitely join the Facebook. This stuff's great. I actually want to buy all the colours. I don't know if I'll use them all, but it would be nice to just have them. I swear to God, I've lost half my glues. Where is it? Oh, I don't know. I had like PVA glue around here somewhere, but it's fine. We'll just use fabric glue. So this fabric glue is Helmar fabric glue from Spotlight. It's a clear bottle. It's a clear glue. Come on. Out you come. I'm just going to put a little bit, basically to seal between the layers. So I'm going to put this tiny amount on like this. And then I'm going to smooth it out with my finger. Because I'm just trying to seal the holes. So that when I roll the edge glue on, it will go on and not fall into the crack. Because I'm just trying to fill the cracks. There's obviously a lot. I need a little bit more glue on this part because there's the extra layers from the pocket. Put it on, take my finger, and it's clear, which is definitely helping my cause. You can use a white glue though, as long as it dries. It doesn't even matter if it doesn't dry clear. We're going to cover it in edge coat anyway. I also want to do the pocket pals. I've been waiting to do them all at once because then I don't have to clean the edge tool like thing as often. Don't get an overly toxic glue, and if you do, wear like a mask or do it outside or something. You don't need to get, you know, gassed out in your own sewing room. Can you use Mod Podge? I don't see why not. I usually use like PVA glue, just cheap craft glue. I'm just trying to seal the holes. I never thought to ace fabric glue before the edge coat. Well, it just stops it falling in the cracks. Which is, you know, semi-important. Because if it does... I've done it without it, and you can, but you usually definitely have to go and do a second layer, because otherwise it all just falls into the hole, and so your edge isn't nice and smooth. It kind of dips down, so you need to do a second coat. So I'm just using these are $4 Bunnings scissors, by the way. I have never sharpened them, and they are the best scissors for like little intricate work. $4 Bunnings. They're like supposed to be to cut clippings off a tree. So they're with like all that section, secateurs and stuff. Right. This glue, I like using this glue over PVA because it is very quick to dry, so I don't have to stand here for 20 minutes and wait, because we all know I'm not the most patient person in the universe. This is just filling the hole, and then you should get like a nicer finish. And you'll also use less edge coat, which depending on which one you buy can become quite expensive. Although I find the cheap one works just fine for me. How do I sharpen scissors? Oh, the scissor sharpener. This is a Fiskars one. The only downside is I can't sharpen my Class A scissors in this because they don't fit. But all my spring-loaded scissors, you only need to go through like 4 times and they're sharp again. It's amazing. Otherwise, depending on where you live, there's usually like a scissor sharpener guy around. And I say guy because I've never met a female scissor sharpener. Doesn't mean they don't exist, I just haven't seen one. And they will put them on like a sanding belt and sand them sharper. Which is also cool. Mum, why are you hiding them? Why don't you just block them? Is there a block option? Let's do that. I wonder if anybody has ever clicked on those spam things. not like I'm doing anything explicit content-y, idiots. Oh, there's not a block option. Well, that explains it. Right, that is the glue done. I'm touching it like this basically to push it in the edge to make sure it's in there. Will I be getting any more waterproof canvas? Of course I will. I ordered it weeks ago. The pink showed up this morning, so I'll have more pink on Sunday. Hopefully the rest of the colors will show up, but I have already ordered them all. I promise as soon as, like, within a week after I do it, I tend to order more. It's just unfortunate it doesn't show up fast enough. But I do order, and lately I've been ordering like 15 and 20 meters of each. You guys just love it, that's all. But there is more coming. I will let you all know when it gets here. Alright, I only ever put my edge paint on the top half of this. Alright, it's not quite dry, so I'm going to stop. It's not dry enough anyway. Put the edge coat on here. I didn't put glue on this one. Because it's not really got any thickness to it, so I'm not worried. Boop. See, the blue goes quite nicely with the edge of the blue. It's like a weird shade blue vinyl, but it is. And I mean, I could have sat here and tried to mix the perfect edge coat, but let's be honest, my customers wouldn't notice. I probably wouldn't notice. And I don't have that kind of time on my hands. I can also grab this end and kind of spoon feed it on there once I get really close to that bit. Kind of just push it into the edge. Spatula it on. I'm only doing it there so that I don't get it on the wallet. I'm trying to be super careful. You also probably could have edge coated this before you attached it. But you would have had to clean your tool in between because it would have got dry otherwise. Personal choices and all that. Wipe it on my leg, it's fine. It's a lovely edge. Would piping trim work to hide the edges? Yes, if you can get it like super jammed in there, you could do that. Push good. I'm getting edge coat all over me, by the way. These things happen and all that jazz, but still. All over me. Look at that edge though. That's a nice looking edge. Would pipe, yeah, you could definitely do piping if you wanted to. I'm actually going to be doing piping in my trollop. So the piping sewing candy video I did yesterday for you all, I'm using that particular piping to put in trollop. Do 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 do. Yeah, I got it all over my hand, but it's fine. It's not going to do any damage. It's not like it's toxic to my skin or anything. And if it was, I'd just get like disposable gloves to wear. We're fine. I am definitely not worried. Do, 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 do. This is definitely the other time consuming bit because you want to get it on there well. Because the backing's white, you don't really want it to pop out and be seen. And you want to make sure the tool is rolling over it. It's going on quite nicely. I just got to get this corner a little bit better. But look at that. It's a bit wet, but that's all right. We're getting there. All right. Last edge. Voila. So now I'm literally going to just sit that there. Grab the next one just while I'm here. Because why not? I wanted to do them all at the same time so that I wouldn't, I just find it quicker. Otherwise I have to clean up and then just pull it out again 20 minutes later. So I got all of these out of one piece, one sheet from Lula Eve. Got me all 3 of these. And I'll sell this for 45 and I'll sell these for, I don't know. I don't know how much these are. Do you guys make pocket pals? How much do you sell them for? I have no idea. I don't really price my own stuff. I have someone that does it for me. As lazy as that sounds. She's more in tune with the market than I am. The edge definitely makes it look better though. You could do any edge. Yellow would have been really cool. I would have done yellow if I had yellow here. Alright, so now we're up to that thing again where I'm right at, I've got like one edge I have to do, so I'm going to switch to the spatula part and just spatula the edge. It works surprisingly well. I don't know if you can see that, but I did one edge without getting the overlaid part. So now we're going to do the edge of this, because we can't leave that one white now. It'll look weird. Gets a little fiddly, but you'll survive. I have faith. You didn't just see me wipe it on my pants either. Okay, so that one's done. For now, I need to come back and do the other bit, but I'm just going to hang it kind of over my bin. Grab the second one. And it's rolling on really well because I've pre-filled all those holes. So it's not really what I'm trying to do. If you don't do the glue first, your first layer is literally trying to shove it in the holes to seal it. But I've already done that with the glue. So it makes it easier, I think. You're welcome to ignore me and continue on however you're doing it. Because if it works for you, it works for you. This, however, works for me. And I just put more paint on my finger. I felt myself do it. Yep, missed a bit. It is looking lovely though. It just, I don't know, I feel like it just finishes it off that little bit better. Because now I can't see the white of the fabric. If the backing was the same color as the blue on the outside, you probably wouldn't need to do this because it wouldn't it wouldn't stand out like the white does. And again, yellow would have been awesome, but it's not what I have access to today. To that edge there. Awesome. So again, I would probably, in the future, it would be really smart to do all the tabs and glue, like paint them before you attach them. It just creates less mess. They're less tricky. It can be done, but it's obviously taking me a little bit longer because of it. I'm going to hold it by the metal bit and then do the other side. Now this stuff doesn't take very long to dry either. It's not like I don't have to leave it for 24 hours or anything like that. Is there a schedule for the live streams? They are always Wednesday at approximately 9 p.m, give or take, depending on what's going on in my life. So I always try and do them at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday. Every Wednesday is when the lives are. And then the other 2 days I do non-live videos. Live videos also will never be a pattern that I've never done before. 9 a.m. What did I say? Did I say p.m.? Did I? I meant 9 a.m. Eastern Melbourne Standard Time. When I move and they don't do daylight savings, that will obviously be different. I've got one more year here and then I'm moving, so. No, I keep missing. I gotta go further in. There we go. But they are always, 9 a.m. on a Wednesday for me. Because I like to do them then. Alright, I'm going to stop edge coating, wait till it all dries, and then do anything else. Okay, so an hour and a half before right now, wherever you live, is usually when I start. I know, I'm in the future. I will tell you your future. You will be sewing more wenches. Do I know what I'm moving? So I no longer have to move at the end of this year like I thought I did. They changed their mind and extended us here one more year. So I'm definitely here for one more year, which means I need to do at least 1 or 2 more workshops before I move because I love doing workshops. And then I'm pretty sure, I'm 95% sure we're going to Townsville after that. So if you live up there, I'm coming your way. 95% sure it's Townsville next. They've penciled it in for it anyway, so there you go. Cool. Well, I'm going to go and wash up and go play with my horsey, and then I'll come back after the horse and touch up any bits I need to on those 3. But always make sure you clean your tools straight after or it gets stuck in there, and the best way I clean it is with like a nail cleaning brush. So there you go. Alright guys, I'm going to go. Thank you all for popping in. I hope this was an easier way to build the wallet for those that were struggling to turn it through. And next week's live, I will do the hack on the strumpet. Alright, bye guys.